watching the India development debate. I am Tamanna Inamdar. As of this moment, the state of Maharashtra has no official chief minister. Devendra Fadnavis continues to be caretaker CM till a solution is found to the impasse between the Shiv Sena and the BJP that fought the polls together. As the term of the Maharashtra Assembly comes to an end, the ball is in the court of Governor of the state, BS Koshyari. What he does next could play a crucial part in determining the future course of action. But one thing is for sure, the fight between the BJP and the Sena has taken a new, more bitter and personal turn. In two press conferences this evening, both Devendra Fadnavis and Uddhav Thackeray pulled no punches, hitting out at each other like never before.
मैं वापस स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं, मैंने पहले भी ये कहा है, पूरी चर्चा में मैं था। मेरे सामने कभी भी 2.5 साल के मुख्यमंत्री पद पर फैसला नहीं हुआ। मैंने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष अमित भाई शाह जी को भी ये पूछा कि मेरे पीछे या मेरे न होते हुए या किसी और माध्यम से क्या ये फैसला हुआ है और क्या उन्होंने शब्द दिया है। उन्होंने ये कहा कि ऐसा प्रस्ताव उन्होंने दिया था, लेकिन ऐसा कोई भी निर्णय नहीं हुआ था, कोई फैसला नहीं हुआ था।
शिवसेना प्रमुखांनी जे वचन दिले ते कोणालाही विचारून दिलेले नाही, कोणाची परवानगी घेण्याची मला गरज नाही। मी शिवसेना प्रमुखांना वचन दिले आणि ते मी पाळणार आणि ते मी पूर्ण करणारच। मी एक ना एक दिवस महाराष्ट्रामध्ये शिवसेनेचा मुख्यमंत्री करणारच। त्याच्यामुळे जे वचन मी त्यांना दिलेले आहे त्याच्यावर आणि जे बोलणं माझं आणि अमित भाईंचं झालेलं आहे त्याच्यावर मी ठाम आहे, कारण त्याचमुळे तर युती झालेली आहे। जी सुद्धा एक आमची पक्ष म्हणून ठरलेली गोष्ट आहे ती त्यांना मान्य करावीच लागेल, नाहीतर खोट्या बोलून मी कशाला जाऊ।
All right, the fight now has come down to one of egos, with the Shiv Sena enraged at essentially being called liars. They claim that the BJP and the Sena agreed on a rotational chief minister formula, that is, sharing the CM seat for 2.5 years each if they came to power. The BJP has denied this claim. Is there a way out of this deadlock? What happens next constitutionally? And what role will the NCP and Congress play, if any? To speak on all of this, I am joined now by Bishwadit Bhattacharya, former Additional Solicitor General of India, Vaibhav Purandare, Senior Editor at Times of India, and Amitabh Tiwari, political commentator. Welcome to all of you, and thank you for speaking with us. Vaibhav, let me start with your take. I spoke to you a few days ago, and not just you, all the analysts I've spoken to so far have been pretty sure that the Sena would fall into line. There would be some compromise formula. It seems more and more unlikely at this point, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, I can't. There's some disturbance there. I can't hear clearly.
Okay, let me just start by asking you: do you see any possibility of the Shiv Sena and the BJP bridging the gap today?
Of course, there is a possibility of the BJP and the Shiv Sena bridging the gap. You'll see that there is no doubt a breakdown in ties, but the breakdown is not an irretrievable one. In fact, both sides have kept the room open for negotiations, in the sense that Uddhav has not walked out of the NDA alliance. The Chief Minister and Uddhav both have said that they are very close friends. Uddhav Thackeray went to the extent of saying that he agreed to join the BJP-led Maharashtra government in 2014 because Fadnavis was the CM candidate. If anybody else had been the candidate, he said he wouldn't know what he would have done. So there is a breakdown, but this could well be another exercise in brinkmanship, and we should not be surprised if after a fortnight or even after a month they do come together, because both sides have indicated that the doors are open for negotiations. They haven't broken the alliance, they haven't snapped ties at all.
Is that, let me get more points of view in. Amitabh, do you agree with that assessment? That since the Shiv Sena has not officially walked out of the alliance, there is still room for communication, and Vaibhav is talking about a week to a fortnight for this to fall through. After the bitter words today, how do they find a way to climb down from their positions? Amitabh?
Politics is the art of infinite possibilities, so it may happen, but it looks very difficult to me because both the parties have taken a very hard stance. It has become personal, and Uddhav is not just targeted Devendra Fadnavis, but he has targeted Amit Shah and company during his press conference. So, and this has been coming for some months now because they both have had a bitter relationship for the past 5 years. They somehow joined hands to form the alliance ahead of Lok Sabha elections. But the distrust, there is a trust deficit in this alliance. It is very clear that BJP was backing independence so that Sena does not have a good strike rate, whereas Sena was backing independence in many seats so that BJP falls short of the majority mark. Both need each other, but now it has come to ego battle between Uddhav and Fadnavis, who they claim are good friends, and Fadnavis has been hailed earlier to have managed this relationship very well with Uddhav Thackeray. Now it is very difficult for both of them to come to a reconciliation because they also have their supporter or the voter in mind. Both of them are not walking out of the alliance because they don't want the blame to be put on them. It is a game of pehle aap, pehle aap. Sena is saying BJP is the largest party, it should stake claim to form the government. As soon as BJP stakes claim to form the government without Sena, then Sena can say that BJP was the first one to break this alliance.
No, but the BJP will have to go first. Let me come to Mr. Bhattacharya here. Mr. Bhattacharya, if you can just take us through what is likely to happen, as per the constitution and the options that the governor has. Doesn't the governor, if at all, have to invite the single largest party to form the government first? And how long can this caretaker chief minister arrangement continue?
Well, the governor has the overriding power and responsibility to invite normally the leader of the single largest party, but if he is not personally satisfied, then of course he has to satisfy himself if there is any other particular group which can get that magic number of 145. You see, this constitutional process of appointment of chief minister is pretty straightforward. There is no complication. You have to reach that number, and I think governor now should be a little proactive and invite and even the political parties, they are also, if I may say so with the greatest of respect to them, they should show a little more concern for the voters. You see, 105, 56, 54 and 44. This kind of a situation should not be allowed to go on for long. There is a well-defined time limit. There is a 5 years under Article 172. I don't exactly know when the first meeting was held when this government came into power. So, the date will be counted from that day. But I think governor should not allow the situation to fester, and he should write to all the political parties that you better stake claim, and if you are not staking claim, then I am dissolving it. He has the power to dissolve. So, I think this kind of a situation is very sad and not good for the health of India's democracy. The political leaders who have won elections, their leaders, they should have some concern for the voters. They have to take decisions. A lot of farmers are in distress. Maharashtra is in a bad situation. The poor farmers are suffering. At least, and why? Suppose one has become a chief minister or you don't become a chief minister, I mean, this is something, I mean, if there was an arrangement, I don't know what the arrangement was. I don't want to go into the politics part of it, but I think they should further their common interest of achieving the constitutional process and
Yeah.
do it fast. Otherwise, and governor also should not give such a long rope. Governor also should not see, because governor has
Okay.
enormous discretion.
No, so
You see, under the Indian
has been
constitution,
silent now. Yes, yes, Mr. Bhattacharya, I'll come back
okay,
to you.
thank you.
I'll come back to you. Let's keep our comments pointed. Jaggi, how do you look at the situation unfolding from now on? Of course, the ball is in the governor's court constitutionally, but the big question is after the very public sort of outburst, and we've not seen it from Mr. Fadnavis so far at all. Today he came out and he really spoke, saying that there was no such claim
the
made.
responsibility is his. He should
Yeah.
appoint someone.
Yes, Mr. Jagannathan, question is for Mr. Jagannathan. Do you see any opportunity for a climb down? Where is the middle path? How does either side now give in and save face at the same time?
Yeah, I think both of them, and especially the Sena, has painted itself into a corner by saying they will accept nothing but the chief ministership. I mean, when you, if there is something for bargain, if you say you want an extra ministry or two, that I can understand, or I can even think in terms of an extra cabinet minister at the center. Those kind of bargaining deals I can understand, which would be leave you leeway to come to a thing. If you say chief minister or nothing, then you will end up with nothing, and both of them will end up with nothing. And in this particular case, I think the Sena certainly has been pushing the envelope a little too hard. It's making a mistake. It's not yet mentally reconciled itself to the reality that the BJP is really the senior partner in Maharashtra. The BJP has stolen all its clothes. From the Shivaji ownership of a Shivaji statue to everything, and Fadnavis is never one who talks in anything except Marathi. So I would say that he has actually stolen all the cards. In any case, when it comes to Hindutva, I don't think people think that Shiv Sena is a replacement for the BJP. I don't think, at least in popular perception. And in terms of the Congress and NCP, if they want to go with the Shiv Sena, which says it's a more Hindutva party. So Shiv Sena has painted itself needlessly into a corner. And to expect a party with twice its number of MLAs to come and say that, okay, no, you take the chief ministership, after all, that is the mandate. It's not the mandate. The mandate is not for the Shiv Sena. It is for both of them. And the mandate is for the BJP being the senior partner. So if anybody is disrespecting the mandate, it is the Shiv Sena, unless it can prove that there was a clear understanding with Amit Shah or Devendra Fadnavis or either of them that it was promised the chief ministership no matter how many seats it got.
Okay.
Then I think but it's unlikely if you have been given 126 seats to contest and you expect the chief ministership. It was clearly not a 50-50 arrangement at all.
No, but that's the thing, Jaggi. As far as the Shiv Sena is concerned, they're saying prove that I'm lying. And if you're calling me a liar, why should I be your ally? It's come down to this. It's come down to you are a liar, you are a liar.
Correct. It's a one person's word against the other.
Yeah.
So unless they have some sting video that shows that Amit Shah or somebody has promised him something,
Wow.
you're not going to be able to prove. So I think as of now, I think the belief will be more in favor of why would a Fadnavis or Amit Shah promise them the chief ministership when they're going to contest the bulk of the seats, and the Shiv Sena actually got all the Lok Sabha seats on the basis of Modi's popularity. It is not Shiv Sena's doing that they got that many seats.
Okay, Amitabh, I want you to come in on this. Jaggi sees it as Shiv Sena having painted itself into the corner. Is it the Shiv Sena or is it the BJP which has been outmaneuvered? They were sitting all this time thinking, yes, we will start negotiations. Today, Devendra Fadnavis says that he tried to call Uddhav Thackeray, he didn't take his call.
See, the aura of invincibility of the BJP has definitely taken a beating. Shiv Sena, being the junior partner, has been able to show that BJP cannot form the government without the Sena. They are just 105 seats. There are 40 seats still below the majority mark. So the BJP also, why has BJP not staked the claim so far? Because it doesn't have the numbers. Even if governor asks BJP to form the government, I am not sure whether they will accept this offer because they don't have the numbers. Last time they had Sharad Pawar to help them out in the floor test. This time you have rubbed Sharad Pawar the wrong way. You have started an ED investigation against the NCP Supremo. So that is also unlikely to happen. In the end, this is the first time perhaps in the electoral history that a pre-poll alliance which has won a comfortable majority has not even gone to form the government. We've seen pre-poll alliances not completing their terms like JDU and RJD in Bihar, BJP and PDP in Jammu and Kashmir. So it also comes to the point of some electoral reforms needed, wherein a pre-poll alliance cannot go back on its word or on its mandate, because as Jaggi said, it is one man's word against the another. So who is lying is in fact a question which will be decided among the people or in the people's court. BJP's supporters would feel that BJP is not lying. Sena's supporters would feel that Sena is not lying,
Right.
and Sena is invoking the legacy of Thackeray. So they are trying to invoke the legacy of Thackeray and try to convince the Marathi voter, or in a nostalgic way, that he had promised that there will be a chief minister from Sena, and Amit Shah had agreed to it. So it's a point of no return for both, at least for the moment.
So what part in all of this do the Congress and NCP play? What part do the MLAs play? Vaibhav, let's come on some of those aspects of the entire story as it develops. You've seen meetings and statements from Sharad Pawar meeting Congress leaders, MLAs being locked up. Do you think that the NCP will go beyond and the Congress will go beyond just watching from the sidelines?
Not at the moment. They will first look at what the governor is doing. The governor may still call the single largest party to form the government. If the BJP fails to form the government, he may call the second largest party, which is the Shiv Sena, second largest by a very thin margin of 2 seats, of course. And if that does not happen, it is only then that the Congress NCP will get into the act. But otherwise, I mean, if they want to support the Shiv Sena, they will do that. But then Mr. Pawar will have to convince Mr. Sonia Gandhi that it's worth the effort. Because what's in it for the Congress really? The Congress stands to lose its reputation outside Maharashtra by aligning with a hardline Hindutva party like the Shiv Sena. The NCP may have no qualms in joining because it's a regional outfit and it has plenty of common with the Sena. But for the Congress, there will be a lot to think about, so they would prefer to wait and watch. But I would agree with Mr. R. Jagannathan that the Sena has indeed painted itself into a corner. That is because there will have to be some flexibility if the negotiations with the BJP are to restart or to arrive, are to reach some logical conclusion. The Sena's maximalist stance has put it in some sort of trouble because they started out by saying, give us in writing. Now there is no way of establishing beyond doubt what was promised. It's between one person and the other, one person's word and the other. But whatever may have been promised, look at popular perception. Perception wise, it's much worse for the Sena than for the BJP because the numbers are starkly different. The Sena is 50 seats short of the BJP's. The BJP has crossed the 100 mark.
Yeah, but they fought on seats proportionately.
The Sena has indeed
they fought on seats proportionately. They fought on seats.
Sorry?
I'm saying the Sena and the BJP fought on seats proportionately. So comparing the seats in absolute numbers,
well, that
might not show the complete picture.
No, fair. Yeah, now there are 2-3 things I would like to say here. Please allow me to.
Yeah.
BJP contested the greater number of seats. For the past 20-25 years, the Sena contested more seats and always insisted on the principle of the party that wins the maximum number of seats getting the CM's post. So then the Sena seems to be contradicting its own line over the decades, number one. Second is that even if they fought a disproportionate number of seats, if the Sena were really in great form, it would have won at least 80 to 90 seats. it does not seem to be in such great form, because the NCP is only 2 seats short of the Sena, a party that was supposed to have been finished after the desertion of all major leaders from the party. The Congress, which hardly fought an election, which hardly carried out a campaign, has got 44 seats, which are 12 short of that of the Sena. So it's not a great performance. It is a clear mandate in favor of the BJP-Sena alliance,
Yes.
and perception wise it's much worse for the Sena than for the BJP.
Yeah.
But I would like to say one more thing here, if you will allow me to.
Yes.
That Uddhav has made a very significant statement today. There will have to be some flexibility, and he has said that he holds the RSS in very high regard.
Exactly.
So is it the RSS that the Sena is now finally looking at
It
to
seems like
intervene
it. It
and
seems
sort
like
things
it,
out?
because
of
he
course,
actually-
Sanjay Raut can't be part of the negotiations now.
No, it actually, that's an important point, because Uddhav actually says the RSS can decide who is lying and who is not. Anything can happen in politics, and it's so many factors in play. Another big story to look out for, obviously, is the Ayodhya verdict will be out tomorrow. And I know we're talking about the Maharashtra elections, but in the middle of all of this flux, important to tell our viewers as well that the Supreme Court will pronounce its verdict in the Ayodhya case tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. That's something that we'll of course be keeping a keen and sharp eye on. I'll just get a quick set of comments from our panelists before we wrap today on the significance of this. Let me start with you for the legal aspect, Mr. Bhattacharya, on how this will play out tomorrow. Of course, we know that there have been appeals for peace from
Yes,
all sides, and
yes.
we hope that comes through and that is carried forward.
You see, it is, as I have told you, this pre-poll alliance whose popularity, Marathi language and all these things are totally immaterial. What matters is the numbers. Now one party has got 105, another 56, 54, 44 and others 29.
Thinking about the Ayodhya
Now this
verdict.
54 plus 56, suppose
Mr.
they join
Bhattacharya,
hands.
I don't know if you heard my question
not
correctly.
naming-
I don't know if you heard my question correctly. I'm asking you for your view on the Ayodhya verdict, which is due tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. The Supreme Court will deliver the final judgment.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. I have heard that. I have heard that. In fact, I have received the WhatsApp three minutes back.
Yes.
So you don't expect me to sort of speculate on this. Let the verdict come out, then we will say it is not.
Yeah.
It is not very proper to
No, not at
talk
all.
about
No,
the
not at all.
Ayodhya verdict
Not
when
at
it is
all.
coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
So let us wait for tomorrow.
No,
I mean, I don't want
absolutely.
to. I don't want to comment on Ayodhya verdict at all now.
No, not at all. Not at all. The only point I'm saying is.
Coming to the topic.
Yeah.
No.
The only point is that of course no speculation. We will be taking this forward with complete maturity. I just want to get a quick word from on Jaggi on how this plays out and the importance of the fact that top leaders, right from the Prime Minister and across party lines, have been asking for peace, and we can hope for this verdict being well received, whatever it is, since all sides have already said that they respect what the Supreme Court says.
Yeah, as far as maintaining the peace is concerned, I would suspect that all states will be on guard, and the Chief Justice himself has talked to the UP Chief Secretary today directly, something that's very, very unusual. A court does not instruct a state government what it should do, except in special circumstances. But in this case, I would suspect that it is important that he did that. And since I think he did not want to just rely on the political leadership to deliver the peace. But one thing is there, I think this judgment will, whichever way it goes, will have a huge impact in the Maharashtra government formation thing, because it will force the Sena to take a stand. Because if there is a certain verdict, no matter which way it goes, the Sena can't be seen as very wishy-washy on the verdict, because it has been the most strident voice, even more strident than the BJP on the Ram Mandir. So that is why I think it has an impact, political impact in the Maharashtra government formation rigmarole. So I'm hoping that peaceful, but that it will bring peace between the Sena and the BJP too.
Well, Uddhav Thackeray was asked about that, and he said the court's decision is the court's decision, and everyone respects that, but we'll have to wait and watch where it plays in. Amitabh, yes, you want to come in?
I think it will provide the last ray of hope for this alliance to come together. If the decision is in favor, then the two parties can bank on the Hindutva plank and come together. But it also provides an option to the Congress to provide support to Sena, saying that whatever is the decision, it's the court's decision, and we have no role to play in this.
Absolutely. We will, of course, report on the court's decision tomorrow. If you want to see, completely focused journalistic coverage, please tune in to ET Now tomorrow morning. We'll be on top of that story and take you through what the top court is saying in this long-standing dispute. We might see some finality tomorrow. I want to thank all of you for joining us on debate number 1. When we come back, it's all about the mood of Moody's. Why have they downgraded India's outlook to negative? We speak with Moody's right after this break and understand the reasoning behind that report that has sent shockwaves through economic and corporate circles. Don't go away.